So, how did you come up with the set design for Frankenstein?
Well, it's all based on the idea that the director gives me, a director's concept. It's either a written statement or something that is spoken to the designers. And backtracking a little bit before that, the director knew that we also had to abide by COVID-19 response, which meant we had less interaction with actors on stage and as well as technicians, as well as the audience. And so with all that in mind, we came up with the show Frankenstein in a 1940s radio format. And by doing that, it allowed us to have some actual freedom in creating this environment of a radio station where we could record, just like they did in the day, we could record a show, or it is live as well, in the way that it was done then. So we actually have Foley artists. Those are technicians that actually are working on stage, creating sound effects in ways which you probably wouldn't think would work, but do. And so with that idea, I created a design that was within our capability as well, because we only have limited staff, but we created this design that works for our venue.
Did you design the lights and sound around the live stream aspect as well? And how does sound play into the radio aspect of the show?
I did not design specifically the sound or the lights for the show. We have a robust staff of technicians that were also helping with this. And our technical director and our production manager were involved with the experience. So Kyle Cabell created the lighting design, and Adam Dahl was supervising all of our sound, as well as the streaming capabilities as well. And as far as creating the sound design, that was limited by a financial constraint. If it was done more period, the microphones themselves would be cost prohibitive. So we made some changes with that, some updates. And with that in mind, each actor had their own specific microphone that they couldn't interchange with anyone. There was specific hygiene protocol that we had to deal with when we dealt with the microphones. And from a lighting perspective, we all agreed that the lighting is less of a intricacy in its performance on stage. It's more of an ambient response on stage.
Does the set play at all into like the original version of Frankenstein, like what you would think of, or is it more original?
I think the way the set plays into the role of setting the stage for the show is specifically from the perspective of it being a 1940s radio show. I don't think that it necessarily supports just Frankenstein. We could have done some other radio show in that same space. But for this show, some of the things that were taken into account was the color scheme. The color scheme of the walls were a little bit darker, a little bit less saturated. It was more thinking about the time of the year, Halloween, darker, scarier.
All right, thank you.